There's a sound that echoes through Bristol harbours, the sound of voices raised together in song. And this May, that sound returns. So welcome to the Real L and Sea Shanty Festival at Freemasons Hall on Park Street on the 9th and 10th of May 2026. Join the legendary Porter Bristol Shanty Crew, plus special guest Tom Lewis and shanty singers from all across the southwest, bringing powerful harmonies, maritime history and unforgettable atmosphere. Feel the music, share the stories and enjoy a superb selection of real ales and ciders in the heart of Bristol. Whether you're a lifelong shanty singer, a folk music lover or simply looking for a unique weekend experience, this festival welcomes all. The 9th and 10th of May 2026 at Freemasons Hall, Park Street in Bristol. You can book your tickets now at lelandshanty.co.uk. The Real L and Sea Shanty Festival, where Bristol sings and the sea comes alive.
Shit, shape of Bristol fashion boys along the harbour side. From Avon Gorge to Underfall, we'll heave and haul the line. Secure the barrels down below, bind them, tie and lash 'em. This vessel, she is certified ship shape from Bristol fashion.
Hello there and welcome to episode 27 of Shipshape and Bristol Fashion. I'm Oggy, your host and a member of the Porter Bristol Shanty Crew. And welcome to this podcast that celebrates everything that we get up to and also to celebrate the shanty world. On this month's episode, we have got some interview coverage of the Trelawney Shout that the crew supported on the 5th of March. And this was captured by our one and only Ollie the Shanty Boy. We get to hear from the Signaller, who will give us some update of where we've been, what we've been up to, and how you can catch up with us in the future, and any news from the Port of Bristol Shanty Crew. We also feature Katherine Collins, who is a member of the Shanty Crew called Cask. We talk about how she overcomes her functional neurological disorder to enable her to perform on stage. And we also talk about how she becomes a mermaid. So I hope everyone is well. We are now into April. The spring is certainly here and it's great to see all the flowers and being able to go out a little bit more with an extra daylight. I hope you managed to survive the losing an hour in bed. I certainly struggled, but hey, that's life. As you can imagine, there's plenty of shanty gigs coming up in the future for us to meet, so I look forward to seeing you at one of those. And a huge thank you for the feedback from the last episode where we dived into the Cornish shanty world, and we thank Thunderbox for covering that audio. As I said on the last episode, on that day we were celebrating at Trelawney at Bristol's very own Trelawney Shout that's put together by Paula from them Bristol Girls. And so we're now going to pop over to some audio that was captured. Ollie the Shanty Boy walked around and recorded some audio from the people that attended.
Hello, so what is this event?
This event is called Trelawney Shout, which is an event that celebrates St. Piran's. And so on this day, the 5th of March, is the day of St. Piran's. And we, all over Cornwall and outside of Cornwall, where there are Cornish communities, they organize an event, a shout. Okay. And the typical thing that happens on this shout is that at 9 o'clock, everybody on all the places will sing the same song.
Which is the Cornish national anthem.
Which is considered the Cornish national anthem called Trelawney. That was...
do you know it off by heart? I know it off by heart.
I do know it by heart, yeah.
Brilliant. We've got some real fans.
Was a poem written by Reverend Rothwell to celebrate Bishop Trelawney, that was a clerical that did fight the King James sentence.
Yeah. So, is this your first St. Piran's shout, or is this your second, I believe?
Well, in real fact, this is my 4th or 5th or something like that.
Yeah.
These events were happening in Bristol, where we are, until the pandemic in 2020.
Can't
So
hear everyone
2020
else.
was the last one that happened until 2 years ago. We organized a very small event in a small venue in Shipping Salisbury. That was lovely because everybody had a lot of very good time. But the downside was that the venue was small and everything was packed, and we were absolutely packed. So the next year we've decided to transfer the event to a bigger venue where we are now.
Can I just ask, how did you get the pasties in? Probably people are persuaded by the pasties here.
Well, the thing is that I found out that a local supermarket, well, not a local, a national supermarket, do sell traditional Cornish pasties.
We love the traditionals. We love the traditionals.
And according to them, they are actually made in Cornwall, so they can claim to be traditional Cornish pasties. And so we source them for them. They cook them there, and we bring them here and we sell them. And every profit of the sale of the pasties goes for the charity that we are supporting.
What charity are you currently supporting?
So the charity that we're supporting is the Royal British Legion Club in Frampton Petrol and in Corpy Theatre, which is the venue that we are using, which is a great place
My granddad uses it a lot.
for the community, in supports the local community a lot, and they have been doing supporting us. When I say us, it's like we, the group that organized the Trelawney Shout. They go the extra mile to.
So who groups are here? If you can read them out.
So the groups that are here are the Porter Bristol Shanty Crew.
Yeah.
The Them Bristol Girls. I'm part of Them Bristol Girls. And then we have the Severn Whalers.
They're really good.
We have Ben Nichols, and then we have Jamie Robinson.
Yep.
Who he's a naval engineer and has been sailing shanties all his life and being around in ships all over. And then we will have the 85ers, which are a RNLI crew of the 37 lifeboat. And then we'll have the Frampton Shanty Men, that are the local Zoys. They've been around for quite a few years. They do a lot of things also in support of the community.
That's good. So, who are you?
My name is Ben Nichols.
So, what got you into sea shanties?
Well, it all started when I was probably about 13 or 14. My dad was, my dad is a singer, he's a musician, and he was in a group called the Boscastle Boys, which is a local sea shanty group in Cornwall, North Cornwall.
Okay, yeah.
And I was, as I say, about 13 or 14 at the time. And my dad was in the group, and I always wanted to go along. They used to sing, well, they still do sing to this day, in a pub in Boscastle with the Napoleon Inn. They sing there every Tuesday, and my dad would go over there with him and sing. And I'd always say, "Oh, Dad, can I come over with you? Can I come over with you?" And he'd say, "No, you can't. No, you can't. You've got school tomorrow." But
Hey, I'm still here and I've got school.
yeah, exactly, rock and roll. Exactly, rock and roll.
But I've still got school tomorrow.
Yeah, that's tomorrow's problem. That's tomorrow's problem. But, one day Dad finally let me go over with him, and there's his history. Now I'm here in Bristol singing Shanties.
Yeah, what's been your favourite part of sea shanties in general?
It's just probably just going around lots of different places, hanging out with many of the same like-minded people that are into the same sort of thing and singing the same sort of songs. Especially going to sea shanty festivals. It doesn't matter who you're with. You could be shoulder to shoulder with somebody else that you don't even know, and you're singing the same songs, and they're all singing the same songs together. And it's just like everyone coming together. It's like it's just a massive old community, basically, isn't it?
I think what I love about the shanty community, and what I've said lots of times, is like that if you want to sing sea shanties for like lots of stuff,
Yeah.
you can do it, and they are so supportive if you want.
Oh yeah, definitely. And there's, but you know, especially in the last couple of years, sea shanties are really on the rise. You know, especially with like the Longest Jones and the Fisherman's Friends. You know, it's really like taken off, especially like everywhere. And like sea shanties are everywhere these days. So
Yeah, especially with the Wellerman blow up.
Wellerman blowing up there, of course, exactly. You know, it's really put shanties. You know.
Yeah. How have you like become your own like person?
I don't know, really. I mean, I don't go out and sing the shanties very often anymore, just because I used to sing the shanties a lot when I was in Boss Pass with Dal singing the shanties then.
Yeah.
I don't do it so much now that I live in Bristol, but I don't know. I like to kind of, I don't know. I like to do it because it's kind of bringing a bit of home away. It's playing songs home from home.
Yeah.
It's kind of a saying. But I don't know really how I make it my own sort of thing. I just go on the song, just sing the songs.
Just
that I
go with
like
it.
to
Just
sing.
go with it.
Yeah, exactly, and feed off the crowd and everything, and getting involved and everything.
That's one of the best, I think. The crowd is like, if you're good at controlling the crowd, that's like one of the best things.
Exactly.
Or encouraging him, getting them up, singing.
Exactly.
That's like the best feeling.
Doing songs that they know, doing songs that you know they'll feedback with, they'll feedback well with, and they'll just enjoy it. And I know that they know. That's why the songs I did were, I know I did an original song as well, but like the songs.
Do you normally do original? Do you like make original songs like Nobby Die or something like that?
Yeah, I try and do original stuff. I mean, the Queen Annie song that I sung there for you guys.
That was a really good one, I gotta say. That was a really good one. And now that song's stuck in my head. And I had it throughout the entirety of me singing Trelawney Show. I was like, get this song out of my head. I want to sing Trelawney, not...
Queen Annie, yeah. No, it's a good song. I do like it. I only did that for a uni project, and since then, I actually took it to the Boss Nasser boys, and they said, I really like that song, because I got them to sing. For uni, I know I'm going off topic here, but I sang some shanties for a uni project, and Queen Annie was one of the songs that I wanted the boys to sing on, and they said, that Queen Annie song we did, Ben, can we do that one, like when we do gigs and stuff? And it just kind of took off from there, really. That's the one that they've really stuck with, and that people like, because it's a kind of call and response thing.
Yeah.
It kind of goes back to what I was saying a minute ago, doing songs that people know and that they can respond well with. Songs like John Kanaka and Hall of Ager, they're call and response kind of songs.
Italian sea shanties.
Yeah, exactly. That's the word. Yeah. So people know when to sing it in a way. So it's.
As you can say for the pasties, are they good pasties? Do you love the pasties?
I love pasties. I've not had one of the pasties here tonight, purely based on when I moved away to come to Bristol. I vowed that I would never eat a pasty out of Cornwall.
Oh, that's okay.
Because, to me, I know the pasties we've got today are from Cornwall, but for me, if I'm eating a pasty, I have to be in Cornwall, on Cornish soil, eating a Cornish
So if
pasty.
someone just gives you a pasty and you're in Bristol, nope.
Okay.
I do want to ask, where people can see you if they want to go and...
So my name's Glenn Nichols. It's Nichols, 2 L's. And I've got
not like nickel.
Not nickel. No, not like a penny or anything like
Yeah.
that. So I've got Instagram, Facebook. Just look up Ben Nichols Music. I've got a website.
Yeah.
And I'm also a full-time musician, so I gig every weekend. They're mostly covers as well, but I do original music. But I go around all the pubs in Bristol and surrounding areas. I spend a gigging in Cornwall, Devon, Bath, Bristol. I'll gig anywhere. Wherever there's gigs, you'll find me there.
So I'll try and find you next time and just search for your name in the set list and go, Ben Nichols
is there.
And I'll go, I need to see that lad and you've inspired me, thank you. Well, hope you have a lovely rest of your night. And
Cheers, Ollie. Thank you very much.
I bet singing this Trelawney brings good hope to your heart.
Definitely. It's nice. It's like get everybody up there singing along, and they're all in there in harmony with a beer in hand, arm around each other. It's good atmosphere.
Hello. Hi, who are you?
My name's Zoe.
So, what got you to this St. Piran shout?
So I saw something on Facebook. I'm Cornish born and bred. I saw
That's
something
brilliant.
on Facebook.
I can see your Cornish tartan scarf there. Very lovely.
Yeah. So I saw something on Facebook. It tagged my shout in my hometown in Cornwall, and I noticed that there was somewhere in Bristol.
That's
so
brilliant. Have you been to many St. Piran shouts over the years?
Over the years, not since I've lived in Bristol.
What part of Cornwall are you from?
I'm from Foy.
Foy. Are you normally into sea shanties, or you just coming here for the?
Oh no, I do like sea
brilliant.
shanties. Yeah.
What do you go to many shanty festivals or?
Not loads, but my sister and brother-in-law are part of Lankelly Shat down in Foy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. Where have you found what you love about sea shanties that make you appreciate them?
Just takes me back to my Cornish roots.
Do you like currently what's going on this St. Piran Shout so far?
Yeah, so far so good.
Thank you. I'm here at the St. Piran Shout today, and could you please tell me what connections do you have to St. Piran and Cornwall and everywhere else?
I'm married to Cornwall.
Oh, that's one of the best ways to get to Cornwall.
My wife is from Cornwall.
Okay,
and,
that's nice.
And yeah,
Whereabouts in Cornwall?
she's from Bodmin.
Bodmin. What do you normally go to St. Piran Shouts, or is it
This is my first time.
your first time?
Yeah, don't tell
Glad to-
anybody though.
I won't. How do you like St. Piran Shout so far?
This is brilliant. I just came because I know an awful lot of the men in the Frampton Shanty men, and I didn't realise there were going to be all these other groups here. So it's just fantastic.
Oh, that's brilliant. What got you into sea shanties? Are you into sea shanties personally?
Well, not what's not to like.
Yeah, what's not to like?
Yeah, it's just. I couldn't pin it to anything, but I like all sorts of music. I like folk music, and the roots of sea shanties is well known, very British, and I guess for those who come from Cornwall, very Cornish.
Yeah, I think what makes Cornwall so great is that it's very connecting with community, and just you're married into it, but when you were married into it, you feel the community's giving you hope. Yeah. And it just helps you. I like it. I like that about the about sea shanties, about
They tell a story.
Yeah.
But they also tell you what the community is.
Yeah.
In a.
Do you go to many festivals or not?
Not for a long time. No.
What's your?
Actually, I do. There's an annual one that I go to every year.
Yeah. Which was that?
Which is it's a blues festival. It's called the Upton on 7 Blues Festival.
Okay.
It's people of my vintage. If you're under 50, you'll be unusual, but...
Ask the most important question here.
Yeah.
How are the pasties?
I haven't had one yet, but I am a pasty connoisseur.
Oh, so you're going to give a good description of how this pasty is? What makes a good pasty for you?
I don't know. It's you know when you've had a good one, you know when you've had a bad one. And it...
From Devon, probably.
Possibly, yeah. Or, let's fight in talk.
Oh, no.
My memories of pasties go back to when I used to go to watch Bristol play rugby, and the I think it's the Real Cornish Pasty Company. They would ship them up.
Yeah.
They would ship the pasties up to the Bristol rugby ground, and we would have a pasty and a pint and watch the rugby, and that's brilliant.
I do love a rugby. Do you normally support the Pirates with the rugby?
I'm just like watching rugby, but given that Bristol's my adopted home, Yeah.
Well, thanks for speaking to me today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your night.
King James's men shall understand what Cornish lads can do, and how they fix the where and when, and shall Trelawney die. His 20,000 Cornish men will know the reason why. And shall Trelawney live, and shall Trelawney die. His 20,000 Cornish men will know the reason why.
Thank you, Ollie. That was really good, and I certainly enjoyed that evening. So now let's pop over to the Signaller, who will tell us what we've been up to and where you can catch us in the future.
Yo ho ho, my lovelies, it's the Signaller here with all the news of the mirth and merriment and the sailings from the Porter Bristol Shanty Crew. So March kicked off quite early with a Trelawney shout celebrating St Piran's Day, everything Cornish. up at the British Legion in Frampton Cotterell with our good friends, them Bristol girls who have organised all of this, and the Severn Whalers and a couple of other guys. And a great Cornish evening was had by all, including Pasties, I believe. We then moved on to the 13th of March, where we sang for a group at the Chepstow Memorial Hall, Earlswood Hall, which I'm told went down very well, and the crew were in fine voice. To finish off March, not so much of an outing singing, although it did turn into this, but we celebrated our Christmas party. Never say that the crew haven't got their finger on the pulse, but trying to get everybody together is very difficult, and the first date we could do it was the 30th of March. So we trooped off to see Sam and all his brilliant people down at the Nova Scotia to enjoy Sam's guy's amazing food that he prepares, I guess, weekly at the bank. And I can't recommend the food that Sam and his guys do. And the Nova Scotia is a proper pub. So we'd recommend it to everybody. And thanks again, Sam and the bank, for your continued support for us. Not just for this podcast, but also letting us use your rehearsal space. It's brilliant. So we move into March. No, we don't. We move into April. Never say I'm not on it and know what I'm doing. 23rd of April, we are singing for St Monica's down in Weston-super-Mare. It's a St George's Day celebration, and we hope we'll entertain the great folks down there. And then the 25th of April is up at the Ship in Thornbury, which is a pay gig, but I'm told is sold out. So we're looking to entertain the folks up there with some more of our shanty and ridiculous talk from anybody that's fronting the group that day. And although not strictly in April, I thought I would give an early mention to the Real Ale and Shanty Festival, which is going to be on the 9th and 10th of May. Held again, it's the third year, I believe, in the Masonic Hall on Park Street. Hundreds of beers, hundreds of ciders, loads and loads of shanty groups, and a big guest star that I'm sure we will be hearing about on this podcast a little bit more. So that's all the news from the signaller, casting off, sailing away into the sunset, and seeing you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Ash. So let's welcome Katherine Collins on board of Shipshape and Bristol Fashion, and let's get to hear a little bit more about her story and what an inspiration she is to others. So it is my absolute honour to welcome Katherine Collins to Shipshape and Bristol Fashion. Welcome aboard. How are you?
Doing pretty well, yeah.
Good. Well, welcome. It's really lovely to have you on the show. For the listeners that are meeting you for the first time, who is Katherine Collins?
I am a 28-year-old female who loves sea shanties and mermaids.
And as I've mentioned in the intro, recently you featured in a local article within Devon, because that's where you guys are, talking about how your journey into shanty is. It's been made 10 times better, in fact 100 times better, by the fact that mermaids feature in your act. And we're going to talk about that very shortly. But let's just look at your musical story, because clearly that's an important part of your the reason why you're on the show, and music has clearly been a big part of your life. When did you start singing?
I don't really remember. I've been doing open air theatre since I was 2 years old with my dad. Okay, so I sort of started before I can remember.
Yeah, it's one of those natural things that you have, and you've just done it for as long as living memory. And of course, you are a member of Cask, and how did that come about?
When I ended up needing to use an electric wheelchair, I couldn't do the amateur theatre anymore because it wasn't accessible to me. And in order to give me something to work towards, to have a goal, something to look forward to, Dad had already been in the Back Beach Boys for a few years. So I already knew the songs. So Dad said, well, why don't we just sing them together and keep you performing that way?
And what's it like performing with your dad?
interesting. It's very similar in a lot of ways. So occasionally we do clash. Okay. But it makes for some fun banter during the performance.
I bet. Oh, it must be so lovely. But like you said, you've been singing from an early age with your dad, so it probably comes very natural. You've spoken quite openly, living with functional neurological disorder. And when did that kind of first start to really feature in your life?
Well, I'd had sort of unexplained pain since I was about 9, 10. And I just thought that was normal. And sort of I'd been going to sort of osteopath and chiropractor and just sort of keeping myself going and feeling okay. And then in September of 2017, my shoulder spasmed for 3.5 weeks. Ouch. So doctors had no idea why. Put me on a whole load of pain medication, and it kind of spiraled from there, really, because I was still in a probation period of a new job, and I couldn't even open the filing cabinets. So I lost the job. That meant I lost the apprenticeship. Because of all the pain meds I was on, there was no way I was able to process numbers for what I was doing. So I had to drop out of the course I was doing as well. And to be honest, I can't really remember much of those first 6 sort of months, just because of how much pain medication I was on.
Yeah, I can imagine. And you've alluded to the fact, and if you've met Katherine before, you are obviously a wheelchair user, and that obviously has probably revolutionised your life. You've been able to become more mobile with it, I guess.
Yes. So I am an ambulatory wheelchair user, so I can walk a little bit. The chair is to enable me to go on about without worrying that my legs are going to give out. And also it just reduces the amount of pain I'm in from movement. So it allows me to have more fun without the corresponding maximum level of pain.
Yeah, no, that completely, I appreciate that. And so tell me about how you've gone from singing at such an early age. You've gone through quite a traumatic health condition that's put you where you are today. You are a big fan of shanty. You love singing with your dad. And here you are now today. You use your wheelchair, your partnership with your dad, and you become a mermaid. Tell me about how on earth did all that come about?
So, as I said, we started singing together, and we sort of started at Brixham Pirate Festival singing together. So again, we'd dress as pirates, and I'd have these skirts on, and my skirts were getting caught in the wheels. And Dad just turned around sort of as an offhand comment and said, "Why don't you dress as a mermaid?" So I did. So I first sort of bought my first tail, which was brilliant. But that was quite funny because I put it on and the scales were hexagonal shaped. And Dad comes in, he goes, "They're hexagons." I went, "Yes, they are." He says, "But they're not fish scales like a real mermaid."
Well done. Good observation there, Dad.
But then sort of with becoming a mermaid, I found other people online because sort of at this point I was still very much, I didn't really go out. I was very much at a high level of pain all the time because even for me, pain meds just sort of knock me out. They don't actually help the pain because it is neurological pain. So it doesn't actually touch it. Yeah. So I got the first tail, and I ended up finding a community of mermaids online. One of them is the Vancouver mermaid, Courtney. Woohoo! She was my mermaid mentor, basically. She makes tails as well. So I bought her ebooks to be able to make a tail, and all of my physical goals were really based around my mermaiding. So I wanted to be able to actually swim in my tail. I wanted to be able to then make my own. And with that, that comes with sort of being able to have the motor skills to be able to use my sewing machine to then paint the scales on the tail. So it all sort of went around and sort of try to rewire my brain, but incorporate it in a way that's enjoyable for me and will give me something at the end of it.
Yeah, it sounds fantastic.
8 tails.
8 tails.
8 tails, and I'm just about to start working on my next one.
Wow. And can you remember what it was like the first time you came out on stage or in a venue with your tail on? How was that taken by the crowds and the people you were singing to?
It was really, really awesome, to be honest, because I found that, one, actually the tail, again, helps reduce my pain because it just sort of holds your legs so you can relax your legs and you're still ladylike because your knees are together. But seeing the children was the big thing. Yes, you see their eyes sort of light up, and it's really, it's special. It's very special because instead of seeing someone in a wheelchair, they see the mermaid, not the chair. And it just makes logical sense to them. Like, of course she's a mermaid, and that's why she's got wheels.
And I think you're right. It is very special to see you to really harness something that you're reliant on, and we appreciate that you've got the underlying kind of medical condition, but you use it to your advantage, and it's a platform to not only promote the fact that you're an incredible mermaid and you've clearly learnt and developed your craft, but it also just brings something different to your performance.
It does, and the look that we've got of the Pirate and Mermaid, it does help us to stand out a bit.
Yeah, no, of course. And of course, you can and do use the Shanty world as a platform to raise your awareness around FND. And why is that important to you?
It's important to me because it's not a very well-known condition, and it's also it's because it is invisible and it varies from person to person. It's difficult to give it a blanket statement for everybody who's got it. But sort of before people started raising awareness about it, a lot of the time it's just in your head, which technically it is correct because it's a neurological condition.
Yeah.
But it wasn't taken seriously. It's, there's nothing wrong with you. You're being dramatic. It doesn't hurt that much. Like blah 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 blah. And especially with the non-epileptic seizures that I have as part of it as well, a lot of people don't understand sort of that side of it. Sort of because I have auditory triggers for it, and I had physical triggers for it. A lot of the shanty guys are really, really good. If I mention sort of the main trigger I have, which is metal on metal.
Yes. So strike the bell is not something you like to hear very often. No.
Quite a few times we've had to sort of go, please don't do the bell. Please
No, I hear you.
So, but bottle top sticks have become very popular in the last few years. But if I sort of go up and say, I really want to listen to you, is it okay if you just don't play it now? A lot of people are very, very good at not doing that, which is greatly appreciated by me.
I can imagine. Yeah, definitely. And also it just makes the shanty community step up and just be a little bit more aware of accessibility, diversity, to bring people in. And you are doing that every time you're present. And I think it's a really good thing to test us and to push us.
Yeah, I am. I do feel very lucky within the shanty community because I started to know people when I was 15, so sort of a few years before all this started. And a lot of people have seen me sort of going from sort of running in between venues and things like that to using a walker, and then the mermaids, they've sort of seen the transition for it, and they've never really treated me any differently, and have been actually very, very supportive in inviting us to shanty festivals. And I mean, we ended up in Holland last year at Baidap, which was amazing. And sort of different places have started getting ramps to their stages. So slowly but surely, the ramps are taking over.
Yes.
Not to mention the sound engineers really like them.
Yes, I can imagine. Oh, that's such a great story. And so you've clearly learnt your craft of how to be a mermaid. Tell me about that journey, the art of being a mermaid.
The art of being a mermaid. Oh, Courtney, again, Vancouver Mermaid. She did a mermaid mentorship program, but she's all, as I said, she's done a few ebooks, and one of them is the stretches that she uses to, because she's also got chronic pain. So she did sort of the pictures and explanations of the stretches she uses to make it easier. And then, as I said, I've gotten in contact with other mermaids and seen YouTube videos that explained the movement that you need in order to swim in a tail. So I was able to practice that movement on land. And then once I got in the water, my body already sort of knew what movement to do. And it was just like, whee! Off we go.
That's amazing. I mean, obviously you don't do any swimming whilst you're singing on stage at a shanty event, but let's talk about your swimming. I'm guessing it must help with pain and with movement as well, wearing that fin.
It does. Getting in the water, my pain level does drop just because of being held by the water. But the main thing with the tail is I actually cannot swim without it.
Yeah.
Because my legs don't coordinate, so I sort of just sink, which is kind of ironic for a mermaid. But anyway, with the tail, because it holds my legs together and makes them work together, and then you have the propulsion from the monofin inside as well. I go from a rock, sort of sinking, to a graceful movement in the water.
And clearly, it gives you great joy to be able to achieve that, and clearly it's a good way of keeping healthy too.
Yeah, the feeling of it is it's just I really, it's freedom. It is freedom for you. I just love the feeling of it.
Yeah.
And
have other people with F&D kind of see you as an inspiration? If they come up to you and talked about their condition and went, I never even thought that I could be able to even do this kind of thing.
I mean, it's not just people with FND. It's people. One that stands out is at Plymouth Pirate Festival a few years ago, and then there was this lady came up and said, "I have a mobility scooter, but I don't use it. I try not to use it because it feels like giving up." I just sort of looked at her and I said, "How much pain are you in right now?" And she was in a lot because she'd been out that day and stood up and walking around. I said, "If you were using your scooter, would you be in less pain?" "Yes." "Would you be able to enjoy more of the day?" Because she was about to go back home. So it was, would you be able to stay out and enjoy more of the day with it? And she said, yes. And I said, well, it's not giving up. It's just a tool. It's just a tool. And we had this conversation for a little while, just sort of saying, yeah, because a lot of people, it does feel like giving up, but it's a way to give yourself a better enjoyment of the day. Because if you're in less pain and because actually quite a few shanty people do use a mobility scooter, because some of them are older and you have mobility issues different to mine, but also, and using, I mean, it's there to be used to help you. And if you can dress it up because I mean, I also talk to a lot of children or younger people who have FND.
Yeah.
The youngest person I've talked to is 12.
Wow.
And sort of their parents, sort of my mum and dad come along and talk to them as sort of carers as well, which it's all about how can you do the things that you enjoy that are good for your mental health without completely causing yourself a massive amount of pain as the payback for going out and having that experience. Because I mean, for me, even with the chair and everything else that I use in order to balance my pain level, after a shanty festival, I'm in bed for sort of 3 to 4 days with a huge amount of pain afterwards. But what I get out of the community, the performance, the just interaction with people, is so good for my mental health that it outweighs the pain I feel after. But I've still got to be it's a difficult balancing.
Yeah, it is just balancing, isn't it? It is just balancing. So it's so great that you can be a mermaid, because they do feature quite heavily within the shanty world. And I mean, what does that look like to you? And being a mermaid, I'm guessing, that the sea and the maritime culture is important to you. And I guess you feel not only knowing that the mermaid makes you feel better, but you're just adding to promoting shanty scene.
Yeah, it does add another dimension to it, especially with sort of all the legends about mermaids and that. So I've over the past few years, I've got a few books now on mermaids and the different ones around the world and how they're similar, how they're different. I do enjoy that. But with the pirate and the mermaid, it makes it more visually accessible to sort of younger kids. So usually I get sort of a lot of the little girls sort of coming up and sort of talking about it, and sometimes it's quite funny because the little girls come up and sort of young lads come up as well, but they get to an age where the girls are still coming up to me for the mermaid tale, but the boys are coming up and sort of really interested in the chair as well.
Yes. It's technology.
And then you've got Dad, he's got the pistol, and he is the sea pirate, and so it brings something new and slightly different.
You bring such character to it.
Other shanty mermaids.
Have you? Tell me about them.
Usually at Plymouth, there's a lovely mermaid there who doesn't have a wheelchair, but she does have it's almost like a trolley, and it's the exact same one that we use for our PA, and she sort of has cushions and everything, and she gets sort of pulled around in that one. So
that's amazing. That's so good, isn't it?
We got to compare tales, which is that's from this tail maker, isn't it? Yes. How did you know? It's like, okay, I got this one.
Do you leave your business card then and make your own then?
I'm hoping to be able to make some for other people at some point. I'm designing walkable ones for people that don't need wheelchairs. So.
Wow, look at you. You found a niche. Why do you think mermaids still capture people's imagination?
I think because there's just something magical to it, and because they are global within the stories and legends, and there are different versions as well. So you've got, some people call them sirens, but then in Greek mythology, that's different because that's actually a woman's head with bird wings. So it's different. But then mermaids are the half fish, half person. And because people have never seen them, but they capture the imagination, because there are so many stories and songs, and I think it's just that little bit of magic. And even adults love the magic. It's the smiles you get. It's the double takes, because occasionally I just sort of go down to the beach in Teignmouth and I'll just sit in my tail on the beach if it's a very nice day. I sort of occasionally go diving for shells and just in shallow water. But I think, adults still have the same wonder. There was a gentleman who just started going sea swimming in Dawlish, the next town over.
Okay.
And in order to encourage his father to keep going, this man's son was saying, well, you never know, you might see a mermaid. Comes to Timoth, there's a mermaid on the beach. And I think that day he was more excited than the children on the beach.
Wow.
I have a photo. It was, yes, absolutely.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, if you were a mermaid, where would you reside? Where would you live? Where would your mermaid home be? Yes, not Timoth and not not this country.
It's too cold.
Yes.
It's too cold. only on heat wave days is the sea kind of inviting the.
Yes.
It's like, no, warm. Tropical mermaid, please.
Yes, that's on your shopping list. I would rather be a tropical mermaid. I like that. And, we know there are quite a few songs that talk about mermaids in the shanty world. I mean, have you got a particular favourite shanty song that kind of really represents the mermaid?
I think I've got two, because it encompasses both the nice side and the not so nice side. So one of them is A Mermaid's Smile, which the lyrics were written by a chap from Timoth, Steve Oram, and then my dad put that to music. So that's an original. And the other one I have so much fun singing, and it's written by a lovely lady called Ginny D, and it's a song called The Wave-Soaked Maiden. That one is very much a fun one to sing, because it's definitely more of the siren-esque mermaids that drown sailors. So you've got the one where sort of she saves the ship. See a mermaid smile, see a mermaid smile. The crux of this narration is you'll see the mermaid smile, and the other one is beware the wave-soaked maiden to whom the depths belong. If you sail upon their waters, then you won't sail for long.
Well, that's very positive messaging there from mermaids I can hear. Well, it sounds like an incredible journey through all of what you've gone through pain, through difficulty, through periods of time that you can't remember because you've been on, large amounts of pain relief. And what you've done is you've encompassed it and made it to your own, and you've taken hold of it. And that is just phenomenal. And listeners, it's worth absolutely looking up on their social media page where Cask is. They are coming to the Real Ale and Shanty Festival here in Bristol. Ultimately, you should see them. It's fantastic. They're both amazing. If you like pirates and you like mermaids, you get everything in one there.
We're definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And what else in the year have you got to look forward to? Have you got other things that you're going to as a group?
Well, this coming weekend we've got Cockwood and Starcross Shanty Festival. There's Brixton Pirate Festival, Ilfracombe, Newport, Gosport.
You name it, you're going to be there.
There's quite a few to look forward to, and I am incredibly lucky to have my dad supporting me,
yes,
and enabling me in order to do what I enjoy, and for starting the whole mermaid thing in the first place.
Yeah.
Occasionally I do think he regrets it just because of how many shells I have in my craft shed, but
I can imagine. Well, Katherine, thank you so much for talking to us here on Shipshape and Bristol Fashion. It's an incredible story, and there is probably so much more that we could talk about, but actually, listeners, please do go and talk to them, because actually when you see them, you guys are always very open to talk about your journey, and if there's more they want to ask you and get the nitty-gritty of some of the details that you've done, then they can come and find you, can they?
Yes, absolutely. And message me on Timoth Mermaid, which is Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Because that you're everywhere now.
Trying. And I'd also like to mention FND Friends, the charity that has helped me. So if we just shout out to FND Friends to support.
And a big thank you to Steve, who obviously is behind the scenes today. He's doing all the kind of... he's showing his face at the camera, and clearly it's an audio, so they're not going to see you, Steve. But it's great to have you on board, and I very much appreciate you helping technically. And thank you both for spending time with us today.
One grey day so thick with fog, the clouds hung heavy and low. A fisherman out on the waves hauled his nets up from below. Tangled up amongst the cod and bass and brill and bream was something strange and scaly, like a vision from a dream. La da 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 da, vision from a dream. She had fins where her feet should be, her eyes were dark as a storm. The siren that he caught upon that grey and fateful morn, behind her lips her teeth were sharp, much sharper than his knives. She said to him, "Come closer, sir, and I'll eat you alive." La da 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 da, I'll eat you.
Thank you, Catherine, and thank you for spending the time talking to us here on Shipshape and Bristol Fashion. So that's it from this month's episode. Thank you for listening. If you did enjoy it, then please do pop over to our website, shipshapepodcast.co.uk, and leave us a review. We would really appreciate that. Fair winds and following seas, and we welcome you back next month.
Shipshape and Bristol fashion boys along the harbour side. From Avon Gorge to Underfall, we'll heave and haul the line. Secure the barrels down below, bind them, tie and lash 'em. This vessel, she is certified shipshape and Bristol fashion. So haul away me laddie boys, haul away you're free. Haul away me laddie boys and save a drink for me. Haul away me laddie boys, haul away you're free. Haul away me laddie boys and save a drink for me.
Every day in the UK, 7 young people aged 13 to 24 hear the words, "You have cancer." The Teenage Cancer Trust is dedicated to ensuring they don't face cancer alone, as the only UK charity focused solely on the unique needs of young people with cancer. It provides specialised nursing care, youth support, and age-appropriate hospital units across the country. But they can't do it without your help. Your support can make a real difference in the lives of these young individuals. Join the Porter Bristol Shanty Crew in our mission to support the fantastic work of the Teenage Cancer Trust. No matter how much, please consider donating to this charity. Head over now to www.pobshantycrew.co.uk and click the Donate Here button. Thank you for helping them reach every young person facing cancer with world-class care.